Boom, look what stepped in the room. Entity Dojo podcast will be the best very soon. What is up? What's poppin'? You know it ain't no stopping. It is your boy, the International Sensei. And welcome to the Entity Dojo podcast, your source for every damn thing, man. What is up? What is up? Of course, keep it right, keep it tight, and above all, please talk to me nice, man. And one of the things that happens often is that many ideas stay in our head until one day they become dead. And I've talked about this before, but I want to talk about it in more detail on today's episode. One of the things that I feel like happens is people have these like grand ideas and they're so scared that they're not going to work or they won't be able to execute them that they don't even attempt them. And it ends up being something that like really bogs them down for a while. One of the things that I have been kind of like blessed with is just like the confidence to just say screw it. You know what I mean? So like even with like the podcast, I just said, you know what, I'm gonna start recording myself talking. Whether it's good, whether it's bad, I'm just gonna record it, post as much as I can, and see who I can inspire or who I can motivate with my words, or who can just relate to the stories that I tell. I know I had someone message me about one of the episodes I was talking about martial arts and having like a freaking mountain of trophies that mean absolutely nothing to you like years down the line, but you were so focused on getting the win. But one of the things is like you gotta go for those ideas that you have in your head. I believe one of the speakers that I was listening to, it was Les Brown. I'm not sure where the quote came from, but he was saying, let's say you're on your bed, your deathbed, you have just a couple hours to live, and every single dream, every single idea that you ever had was standing around you. So you could have whatever you would like. You wanted to be a tap dancer, you wanted to play the violin, you wanted to join the army, whatever it was. Like those, let's just say there's like four dreams around you. You have four things that you could have done, and instead you decided to live quote unquote normal life. Well, not even a normal life, but the what's the word I'm looking for? Like the simple life, you know what I mean? Like the not basic, but the comfortable life. You didn't take any risks. You didn't go after that one thing that you really wanted to do. Like you've always wanted to dance on Broadway or perform on Broadway or things like that, and you just never went for it hard enough and never really realized if you could do it because you were too scared to attempt it. You know what I mean? And that happens a lot. Like I think with me, one of the things that I just promised myself is like, look, I'm going for it. And it's going to be tough. Like, I mean, talking to people like shout out to Beast Mode, aka Dory, talking to people like her, talking to different stunt performers, dancers, actors, chefs, talking to guys like Greg, shouts out to 404 Esports. Some arcades, just like going for what you want. You know what I mean? And it's like, my thing is the worst thing that could happen is it doesn't work out and then you just go back to what you were doing. I remember Dana White, which is like one of the owners of UFC, he was saying like he was like a bellhop or a doorman or whatever it was. And he was like, yo man, I was making good money. I had benefits, blah, blah, blah. But I wanted to be in the fight game so bad. I wanted it so bad. And he said, look, I put all of what I had into this fight game basket, and if it didn't work out, then okay, I can just go back to my job as a bellboy or whatever he was, doorman, bellboy, whatever it is. And so many people will have these like grandiose ideas and never go for it. And I've had to distance. Let me not say distance myself, but I've had to kind of like limit myself from certain people just because I know where I'm trying to go, and I can't be surrounded by people who don't understand where I'm trying to go. Now I can still be friends with friends with people that are not going for what they want, but I need to surround myself with positivity, with go-getters. You need to surround yourself with those kind of people. And that does not mean that a person that was once your friend isn't your friend anymore, but it just means that you're not going to have as much time around them. Like, for example, if someone tells me I want to be an actor, first thing I'm going to ask, okay, so do you study film? Like, do you, like, and literally, like, do you watch a movie and do you, like, watch this particular actor? Do you study how they do things? You know what I mean? Like, me, I've never taken an acting class before, but I've started filming skits with people, and they'd be like, oh, wow, like, you're actually pretty good. Like, you have some decent acting chops. You should get into acting. Just because of when I watch stuff, I dissect little things. So I can remember a scene where one of the actors was, like, he had a pen that he was twirling while he was speaking, or, like, you see certain scenes where a character will have, like a cigar or a drink, and they'll do something with the drink to add to the scene, or, like, little things. Or even when, like, shout out to Watch Mojo, I love watching their stuff, but they'll have, like, little breakdowns of when, like, actors messed up and they stayed in character and were able to make, like, dope scenes. Like, Jim Carrey was really known for doing that kind of stuff. And that's just me off the rip of, like, watching films, like, occasionally and studying them when I can. Or if someone asks me, okay, since I'm getting into stunts, they're like, okay, so what's your favorite fight scene? Or have you been filming fights? Or have you whatever? I'm like, yeah, I've been filming fights. I have a good amount of fights filmed, 3 or 4 fights filmed. I'm working on some more stuff. I've shot listed a bunch of stuff, scouted locations, that, like, you know what I mean? So it's like, I'm answering that question. And they're like, okay, wow, this dude is serious about his stuff. But if I ask an actress or an actor, or is it actor now for? It's actor now for everybody. So if I ask actors or aspiring actor, and they're like, oh, I want to get into acting, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, well, do you study film? They're like, no, but I'm watching Love and Hip Hop. Okay, well, that's not acting. I mean, it's bad acting, but anyway. Like, if I ask you if you're studying film and you tell me no, but you're just watching, like, Love and Hip Hop and shit like that, like, you're not serious. Like, you're not serious. Like, if you really want something, if you really want to do something, why are you not studying film? You already got your phone at your fingertips at all times. Why not study film? Like, why not? Like, shoot, there'll be times where I'll be at events, like, I'll be at, like, gaming events, and nothing will be going on. I'll have, like, UFC on my phone, or I'll have a fight scene on my phone, or whatever, because I'm just, like, studying, like, seeing what I could talk about, different stuff like that. And it blows my mind, because it's like, don't say something that you don't mean. Like, don't say something that you don't mean. Don't say, okay, well, I want to be an actress, I want to work with Tyler Perry, I want to do all these things. When you live in the state where the studio is, all you need to do is put in the work. All you need to do is put in the work. And they be like, oh, well, I have this, I have that. I'm like, bro, I understand that certain people live certain lives and things are harder for others, but I've met people. I have a friend, she, from being orphaned to being homeless to now being a social worker for the company that that took her in, like the company, like the social working company that sent her to families and different stuff like that. Now she works for that company as, like, one of, like, the leads in that company. So now she has been full circle, and now she's able to work for that, and that's exactly what she wanted to do. So don't say it's not possible. Look, I understand that I've grown up in a very fortunate environment. I have great parents, things like that. There are people that are much farther ahead of me that had way less advantage than I did, but were 10 times hungrier than I am. So don't give me a bullshit excuse that you don't want to do it. Your fucking phone is in your hand. If you want to be an actress, fucking Google a powerful acting scene and study that shit. Do monologues in your room. Okay, you're talking to yourself. So what? So what? There are people that make tons of money in acting. Tons of money in acting. Tons of freaking money. You could literally, because I did it yesterday, I freaking self-taped myself and sent it to a woman that's an acting coach. And she said, you know what, that was good. That was pretty good. That was pretty good for you. For you not being a person that is trained in acting, that was pretty good. Or doing the scenes that I've been doing with people that it's free. Okay, like they don't pay me, I don't pay them, but they also don't charge me. I just have to get up and go drive to them. And we're both trying to grind and grow our reels and build content for ourselves, which is fucking free. For my stunt reel, most of the shit I did by myself. There was a couple projects that thankfully, shouts out to Jason Kroom, shouts out to my boy Q, shouts out to Diego, all those guys, all my stunt boys. Shouts out to the Blasian twins. But there's so much stuff on there that I did myself. There's so much stuff on my weapons reel. All that stuff was filmed by like a friend, or I was teaching the seminar. Like, so when someone asks me, "Oh, so you're a weapons instructor? Can you show me your weapons reel?" I have that shit ready. It's ready. I stay with it. So like I have 3 different ones. I have a nunchuck reel, specifically nunchuck reel, because that's like one of my best weapons. Then I have an overall weapons reel where I do bow, commas, tonfa, fans, extrema sticks, all like everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why say something that you do not mean when literally you have a piece of technology that is endless knowledge, bro? Endless knowledge. It's freaking endless. Like, literally, you can go on YouTube, acting techniques, or how to do a monologue, how to do this, how to do that. So why are you not doing that?